The family dinner was almost over when Sophia's foot brushed mine under the table. Not an accident this time. Her dark eyes met mine while Dad told some story about his difficult client, and I nearly choked on my wine. 6 months of stolen glances, of finding excuses to touch each other, of pretending we were just getting to know our new sister. Tonight, everything was about to change. Scene 1. Dad drops the news over Sunday brunch like it's completely normal. I'm getting married to Carol next month. I want you to meet her and her daughter today. 3 years since Mom died, and suddenly there's this woman with kind eyes and graying brown hair sitting across from me at our usual cafe. But it's her daughter who stops my world completely. Sophia walks in 10 minutes late, apologizing for traffic, and I swear the entire coffee shop turns to look. 28 years old, shoulder-length straight dark brown hair that catches the afternoon light. Light olive Caucasian skin with this natural glow that makes me think of Mediterranean summers. She's tall, probably 5'8" to my 5'4", with an athletic build that speaks of weekend hikes and yoga classes. When she smiles, her dark brown eyes crinkle at the corners and something electric shoots through me that I definitely shouldn't be feeling about my future stepsister. "It's wonderful to finally meet you, Lily," she says, extending her hand. Her voice has this warm, slightly husky quality that makes my skin prickle. When our hands touch, the contact lasts exactly 3 seconds too long. She notices too. I can tell by the way her smile falters slightly. Dad's talking about wedding plans, Carol's discussing family traditions, but all I can focus on is the way Sophia gestures when she speaks, how she tilts her head when she listens. Wedding day arrives with perfect spring weather. Small ceremony in Dad's backyard. Maybe 30 guests. Fairy lights that Sophia and I spent yesterday afternoon stringing between the oak trees, working beside her, passing lights back and forth, our hands accidentally on purpose bumping every 5 minutes. I'd felt that same dangerous electric awareness from our first meeting. Now she's dancing with my father to some classic rock song he loves, wearing a navy blue dress that hugs her athletic frame perfectly. Her hair is swept to one side, revealing the elegant line of her neck, and she's laughing at whatever terrible dad joke he's telling her. The sound makes my chest tight with something I refuse to name. "Strange how fast everything changes," she says later, appearing beside me at the dessert table with 2 glasses of champagne. Yesterday morning we were complete strangers sharing awkward family coffee. Tonight we're what exactly? Family, I say, testing the word. It tastes wrong somehow, sits heavy on my tongue. "Is that what this feels like to you?" she asks quietly, and the question hanging between us has nothing to do with legal definitions or social expectations. The way she's looking at me, the way we've been circling each other all day, the electricity that sparks every time we're in the same room, none of it feels remotely sisterly. I don't think we ever really were strangers, I admit, surprising myself with the honesty. Her pause lasts 3 heartbeats too long. "No," she says softly, her dark eyes never leaving mine. "I don't think we were either." 2 weeks later, I suggest showing Sophia around the neighborhood farmer's market. Purely sisterly bonding, I tell myself. Nothing to do with wanting to spend more time alone with this woman, who's been occupying way too much of my mental real estate. She examines heirloom tomatoes like they're precious gems, closes her eyes when she smells fresh basil, chats easily with vendors in that warm, engaging way she has. Everything she does seems unconsciously sensual, and I'm beginning to realize I'm in serious trouble here. "These would be perfect for that pasta sauce I've been wanting to try," she murmurs. "Would you like to help me cook dinner tomorrow?" Standing in Dad and Carol's kitchen the next evening, watching Sophia move around the space with practiced grace, chopping vegetables while humming softly under her breath, I'm hyper-aware of every detail. The way her fitted jeans hug her curves, how she's pulled her hair back in a messy bun that shows off her neck, the unconscious sway of her hips as she works. "Try this," she says, turning from the stove with a wooden spoon. Instead of handing it to me, she steps closer, bringing the spoon to my lips herself. Her fingers brush my mouth as she pulls the spoon away, and the simple contact sends fire racing through my veins. It's perfect, I manage, though I can barely taste anything over the thundering of my heart. Good, she says, but she doesn't step back. We're standing close enough that I can smell her perfume, something light and floral. Lily, she says softly, and there's something in her voice that makes my breath catch. Our parents' voices in the hallway break the spell, and we spring apart like guilty teenagers. Maya corners me at our usual coffee shop, 3 weeks later, sliding into the booth across from me with that determined expression. I know means she's not letting me escape without answers. Okay, Spill? You've been acting weird since your dad's wedding, distracted, jumpy, and you get this look on your face whenever I ask about the new family situation. What's going on? So I tell her. About the stepsister I can't stop thinking about the way every family dinner feels like sweet torture, about the growing awareness that what I'm feeling goes way beyond appropriate family affection. Are you blood related? Maya asks, cutting straight to the practical heart of the matter. No. Both consenting adults? Yes. Then what's the actual problem here? When she puts it like that, it almost sounds reasonable. Lily, your parents got married. That doesn't magically make you and Sophia actual sisters. You're two unrelated adults who happen to meet through your parents' relationship. Society doesn't exactly see it that way, Maya. People would think it's weird, inappropriate. Since when do you care what other people think? Maya leans forward, her expression serious. Look, I've known you for 15 years. I've never seen you react to anyone the way you talk about this woman. Maybe instead of fighting it, you should figure out if she feels the same way. The opportunity comes when Dad and Carol announce a long weekend getaway to celebrate their 3-month anniversary. You girls can have a proper sister bonding weekend, Carol says cheerfully, apparently oblivious to how loaded that phrase has become for me. Friday evening, Sophia suggests pizza and movies. She's changed from her work clothes into soft gray pajama pants and a fitted tank top that should probably be illegal in 12 states. Her hair is down, falling in soft waves around her shoulders, and she looks relaxed and beautiful in a way that makes my chest tight with want. We settle on some romantic comedy neither of us really cares about, sharing space on the couch with a careful distance that gradually dissolves as the evening progresses. By the third act, her shoulder is pressed against mine, and I can feel the warmth of her body through the thin fabric of my t-shirt. This is nice, she murmurs during a quiet scene. I can't remember the last time I just relaxed like this. Work has been so intense lately. What would you do if you could do anything? If money and practicality weren't factors? I used to want to be a travel photographer. See the world, capture beautiful moments, tell stories through images. What stopped you? Practicality, I guess. Dad always emphasized the importance of stable careers, reliable income. Sophia is quiet for a moment, studying my face in the flickering light from the TV. Maybe risk isn't always a bad thing. The way she says it, the intensity in her dark eyes, makes me think we're not just talking about career choices anymore. We're sitting very close now, her face only inches from mine. I can see the gold flecks in her eyes, the soft curve of her lips. Sophia, I start. Not sure what I'm going to say. I know, she says softly. I feel it too. Saturday morning, I find Sophia in the kitchen making coffee, wearing a short silk robe that's testing every ounce of my self-control. Her hair is tousled from sleep, and she looks so effortlessly beautiful that I have to grip the door frame to steady myself. Good morning, she says with a smile that seems brighter than usual. I was thinking we could drive to that antique market you mentioned. Make a day of it. The market is an hour away, which means 2 hours in the car together. We talk easily about everything and nothing. her childhood moving around with her mother after her parents' divorce, my college years, books we've both read, places we want to travel. I've always wanted to see Morocco, she says as we browse through vintage jewelry. The architecture, the markets, the colors. I was there last year, I admit. For 3 weeks. It's even more beautiful than you can imagine. She stops and stares at me. You never mentioned that. It was a photography trip. I didn't think anyone would be interested. We find a small cafe and spend 2 hours looking through photos on my phone while Sophia asks detailed questions about every image. These are incredible, she says, zooming in on a photo of children playing in a fountain. Lily, you have a real gift. These aren't just tourist pictures, they're art. They tell stories, capture emotion. The praise from someone whose opinion has come to matter so much makes my heart swell. At a cafe, sharing space and stories, she says quietly. I feel it too. This thing between us. I know it's complicated, but I can't pretend it's not happening anymore. The intensity in her gaze makes my pulse quicken. We're sitting close together, her knee brushing against mine under the table. The drive home passes in loaded silence, both of us processing what was acknowledged in the cafe. Back at the house, we move around each other carefully, the easy intimacy of the morning replaced by nervous awareness. I'm making dinner when Sophia finally breaks the tension. We need to talk about today, about what I said at the cafe. What about it, I ask, though my heart is racing and my hands are shaking slightly as I chop vegetables. What I said about feeling this thing between us. It's complicated because we're supposed to be family now. She sits at the kitchen table, watching me work. Are we, though? I turn to face her, setting down my knife. I mean, yes, legally our parents are married. But we're both adults who met as adults. We don't have a shared history or family bond. We're just two people who happen to be connected through our parents' relationship. What are you saying? I'm saying maybe this situation is only as complicated as we make it. Yes, it would be socially unconventional. Yes, our parents might have opinions about it, but if we have genuine feelings for each other, shouldn't we at least be honest about them? She takes a deep breath, and I can see her gathering courage. I'm saying I think about you constantly. More than I should, more than feels sisterly. I'm saying I'm attracted to you, and I think you might be attracted to me too. The admission hangs in the air between us, changing everything. I whisper, attracted to you, more than attracted. Sophia, I think I'm falling in love with you. Sunday dinner with our parents feels like the longest meal of my life. Dad's telling some story about a difficult client while Carol shares the latest neighborhood gossip, and I'm trying to act normal while Sophia's foot deliberately brushes mine under the table. Not an accident this time. Her dark eyes meet mine across the dinner table, and I nearly choke on my wine. We can't keep pretending this isn't happening. I whisper to her later when we're alone in the kitchen, cleaning dishes while our parents watch some show in the living room. Sophia, what we feel for each other, it's wrong in every way that matters to them, but it's the most right thing I've ever felt. She sets down the dish she's drying and reaches for my hand, intertwining our fingers. Then let's be wrong together, Lily. Let's be wrong and finally be happy. When she kisses me later, after our parents have gone to bed and we're alone in the dimly lit kitchen, it's soft and sure and desperate all at once. Her hands frame my face like I'm something precious, and when she pulls back, her eyes are bright with unshed tears. I love you too, she whispers. I know it's complicated. I know it might hurt people we care about, but I can't fight this anymore. I don't want to fight it. Some rules, I realize as I kiss her back, are meant to be broken. Some love is worth the risk, worth the complications, worth everything. And as Sophia holds me in our parents' kitchen while they sleep upstairs, I know I'd rather be wrong with her than right with anyone else.